Yesterday we have seen the experiment of charge and charge to mass ratio and E by M ratio and R a Millikan experiment. Okay, today let us have a few recap of it. Actually, this all the one experiment are for the discovery of and concept of proton, neutron and electron. Actually, first they discovered electron. When you see this scientist work towards the discovery of all those fundamental particles, the first experiment which was done by Michael Faraday at 1830. In your textbook it is given how this experiment has carried out. He has taken a electricity passed through the solution in an electrolyte. Chemical reactions occurred at electrodes. So from this only he has discovered electron, and around 1850 many scientists have, mainly Faraday, began to study the electrical discharge in partially evacuated tube known as cathode ray discharge tube. So 1850 cathode ray discharge tube experiment was carried out. That was the first experiment carried out towards the study of fundamental particle. So when you see the fundamental particle, first they have started with electrons. So when you see this cathode ray experiment, here we have used cathode rays and we have studied the properties of cathode rays also. Here we use zinc sulfide as a screen, and whatever the rays it is passing from cathode to anode, they have the properties of, they behave like what particle matter, and the cathode rays start from cathode to move towards the anode, and they are not visible but their behavior can be observed. Yesterday I said that it form a shadow and it can rotate a mechanical pedal and it move towards the positive. So this all the one shows the properties of cathode rays. So in the absence of electrical or magnetic field, these rays travel in a straight line. In the presence of electrical or magnetic field, cathode rays are similar to that expected from negatively charged particle, suggesting that the cathode ray consists of negatively charged particle called electrons. So first they didn't name as electrons. They were study only the properties of cathode rays and which have the negative charge. In that around 1897, during that year, J.J. Thomson, he has taken this experimental detail of discharge tube and he found that value of E by M ratio. So in 1897, J.J. Thomson measured the ratio of electrical charge to mass of electron by using this apparatus. So here this also one type of cathode ray discharge tube, but here which has fluorescent screen. When we are connecting that electric circuit, a ray beam of ray is arising and it moving towards the screen. Here what is the difference between that cathode discharge tube and this one? Here we are using electrical field and also magnetic field. So when electric field is applied, the electrons deviate from their path and hit the cathode ray tube at a point A. Similarly, only magnetic field is applied, the electron strikes the cathode ray tube at point C. By carefully balancing the electrical and magnetic field strength, it is possible to bring back the electron to the path followed as in the absence of electric or magnetic field and they hit the screen at point B. So by carrying out accurate measurement on the amount of deflections observed by the electrons on the electric field strength or magnetic field strength, Thomson was able to determine the value E by M ratio as 1.758820 into 10 to the power 11 coulomb kilogram inverse. Here where M is the mass and E is the magnitude of charge of electrons. So this particle J.J. Thomson named as electrons in 1897. Next, in between 1909 and 1919, Robert A. Millikan conducted a series of experiments to determine the charge of an electron. So J.J. Thomson discovered only E by M ratio. That time he didn't find the charge of the electron. So R.A. Millikan conducted a series of experiments to find the charge of an electron. So he has done this experiment called oil drop experiment. If you see this oil drop experiment, it is given in your textbook also. You have to read the textbook content. A container has two separate parts. In one part we are allowing that oil drops to fall into the small hole. By using atomizer we are spraying the oil drop. So one drop it is falling from one container to another container, one part to another part. So the one drop of oil drop is observed. How that velocity of the oil drop towards the gravity, away from the gravity, this all the movement is observed. From that, mass of the oil drop is calculated by using velocity of the oil drop. So when that one oil drop is enter the space between two discs and the oil drop is observed very carefully, and the velocity, by using the velocity of the oil drop, the mass of the oil drop is discovered. Thus the charge of an electron was discovered by R.A. Millikan. So initially both the plates are earth towards a constant velocity due to the upthrust provided by air. This constant velocity is determined by observing the drop through the telescope. Thus Millikan made thousands of observations on droplets of different liquids and different sizes. He found the value of electric charge to be 1.59. First he calculated. Now currently the accepted value of the charge on the electron is 1.602192 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. That is the charge of an electron. So E by M ratio was discovered by J.J. Thomson. Charge of the electron 1.60 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb was discovered by R.A. Millikan. So this was the discovery of experimental carried out by the scientists to find the E by M ratio and charge of an electron. From this value we can calculate mass of the electron. So mass of the electron is equal to charge divided by E by M ratio. It is given in your textbook, charge on the electron. From that you can find the value of mass of the electron, that is charge 1.6022 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb divided by E by M ratio, that is 1.758820 into 10 to the power 11 coulomb kilogram. Then you will get the mass of electron as 9.1094 into 10 to the power minus 31 kilogram. So these are the discovery of electrons. This is a charge. This was discovered by R.A. Millikan.